is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
What's up, everybody? Episode 194. I had to make sure on that one. 94.
94. We're gonna get rich and then we're
I'm out
going
of tune.
get poor.
I'm Jake. That guy singing Tyler.
As usual.
Get your bingo cards.
Get your bingo cards. I'm Tyler.
Tyler sing. You already said Tyler introduces himself.
That's Jake.
I already introduced you. Why are you introducing yourself?
I'm Tyler.
Oh my god, he's broken. We gotta get the.
That's Jake.
You gotta get the little like tiny little screw to hit the little reset button on the back of him.
Yeah.
Get it back to factory
It's
setting.
like a Lego Mario. You have to you can't just pop off the back and replace the battery. You have to get a screwdriver.
But you remember that?
And you have to unscrew it.
When you were a kid,
and
though? Yeah, when you had those little tiny fucking reset. Like, who are you keeping out of this?
Yeah.
It's there so I can fix the thing.
Why do I need to get a toothpick?
Why do I get the thinnest fucking thing?
And then later on, when I
it's
started
gonna
smoking
snap.
weed, I was like, sweet, I need these things so that I can clean my bowls and whatnot.
The man is economical. Tyler Allen is economical. So this week we're gonna be talking about I'm looking at the camera. There's no camera.
Hey everybody.
We have things set up
Yeah.
to film. We just haven't done it yet
Because we're
we
lazy
haven't got.
motherfuckers.
Well, we need to order some things,
Lazy motherfuckers.
but we will someday. We've been saying that. By the way,
on the range.
we've been doing this show for what, like 3 years? This show specifically, and I think the whole time we've said we're gonna do video.
We're gonna get a green screen. We're gonna get that get bigger.
We've done video,
Blah, 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 blah.
but
Yeah.
hopefully some.
We're dumb.
Yeah. Well, the weather's getting nicer, and I'll do.
Yeah.
And that
We'll
means
start doing outside shows again.
off panel, off road.
Off panel.
Shut
off.
up! You're distracted. Says one note.
Shut up.
Starts singing.
Shut
Cut
up.
it!
Shut up.
Cut his mic.
Shut up.
Today,
That was just perfect.
Daredevil latest episode. We also have issue 6 of Absolute Batman. Tyler was right on that, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because for whatever reason they delayed this for an issue. And we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to
we'll
that
get
because
there.
we've been very critical of it because of the filler issue. And I will say, stay tuned for whether or not issue 6 makes up for the filler issue.
Before we get there, we had a rare occasion where Tyler and I both had free time during the day. So this is an unusual.
So of course we hung out.
So we watched Daredevil together, something we haven't really had the opportunity to do. So
Episode 4. Yeah.
just let me talk.
I'm just making sure.
I know
hit
you
all the
keep
notes.
interrupting. God,
Just adding.
I'm just trying to do the fucking thing, man.
Adding
It's
context.
like right now is a great
if
example.
You would just keep going.
You know what? I'm getting a bell. You will talk when I say you can talk. Yes, episode 4. So yeah, we hadn't had a chance to watch it together. So we just watched it right as we get ready to record. Big stuff. Spoiler free. I think the best episode so far in terms of character arcs and character development, good and bad. And I think, which isn't spoiling anything because Disney Plus spoils it for you right out the gate. John Barenthal comes back this episode. Punisher's in this episode. And that scene alone is what made it the best episode for me right now. I love all that action set piece and the craziness of the first episode. But this scene really, really, I loved it a lot. And I think an amazing performance by Barenthal and Cox. And I can't wait to talk about it in spoilers.
Yeah.
Tyler, your thoughts?
Great performance. Yeah, for sure. I have different thoughts about the scene itself. But that's just me. We'll get into that in spoilers and stuff. It was a good episode, but there really wasn't any action set piece.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Because clearly this next episode, he's going to
just fucking go out.
It's gonna go crazy.
It's gonna
'cause
go.
It's like the midpoint. This episode was the midpoint to set us up for where the rest of this season is gonna go, and then potentially springboard into season 2, as I think what that was. But because
I liked it.
yeah, it's hard to talk about it without spoiling it.
Not much to spoil.
What?
Well, Punisher's in it. That's about it.
There's so much more.
What?
Especially the ending. The 2 endings, really.
Well,
so,
okay, I guess so.
You know what? Time out. I'm tired of fucking this up every week. I want to get this right. I am going to take a pause and get the fucking pizza time drop. Because if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to address the elephant in the room. We do not have pizza time. I made a promise before.
We haven't had any. We haven't had it for a while.
But we have a new sounder.
Oh, okay.
And here's the thing. It makes more sense, I think, in context.
Sure.
So if you haven't watched...
Because we've already started talking about it.
If you haven't watched Daredevil Episode 4... Daredevil Born Again Episode 4...
Finish it! Finish it!
That's even better.
Then listen to this part of the show.
I was thinking along the lines that, like, we started talking about the show, and now we're going to finish it. You know, now we're going to finish talking about it.
Either way...
Finish it! Finish it!
That's
It's
your
on
warning.
you. It's on you.
That's your warning. Now we're in spoilers.
What are we spoiling, though? Again.
I don't know how... Truthfully,
Look.
there is things to spoil. In a way of, like, character development.
Sure.
Because it is what we all... Like, they were telegraphing, and this is where this season was going to go. But it is interesting to showcase how Fisk still is a liar to Vanessa.
Yeah.
Because he sits there in couples counseling and not like that. He has dinner and then I went on the I was trying to look up some things for this episode and I went on the Reddit thread.
Uh-huh.
And I'm glad I wasn't the only one. I didn't react when we watched it. But he's talking to Vanessa in this episode. And he goes, "When I was a boy." Like that. And I'm like, "Oh, we're so fucking back, baby." Because that's what I was thinking, and people were saying that and like talking about that on the Reddit thread about it. But so he lies to her because he's like, "I'm trying, you know, I'm really working at this." And then
he also lies about not knowing where Adam is either.
Yeah, and then he also lies about that. And then at the end,
Yes, you do.
you find out how fucked up he still really is, and how he's still Kingpin. And he goes to this basement in some undisclosed location. And we find out where Adam is. He's been in a cage like an animal this whole time. So he hasn't changed at all. Fisk is still Fisk. And I love that because he's the villain and I'm not supposed to like him. So fuck you, Wilson Fisk.
Wow.
Hey, he's a villain. What'd you think? What did you think of this episode for Fisk? Because I think this was a big episode for him too.
I thought it was okay. Yeah, I mean...
It was funny to watch him try and be a politician and realize how...
Yeah.
and her explaining how government works and explaining like...
Look, if there's any sort of criticism of the government, it should be that the red tape shouldn't be an across-the-board thing. Whatever red tape you want to have or whatever, like it should be applied when it needs to be, and you know what I mean.
And
like,
there's a reason there's regulations, and we need regulations.
Somebody who's trying to get back their fucking food stamps. It shouldn't take that long for somebody to get back their food stamps. For instance,
okay,
which is another part of the show.
Well, I guess you never really. How did you feel about this episode overall? I really enjoyed it.
I didn't really care about it. It
Wow.
didn't.
Go ahead. No, I'm saying wow, like I'm surprised because I thought you were into it.
No, what am I into? Fucking personal drama. Fucking inside I'm worried with myself. Haven't we done that for fucking 3 fucking seasons? I'm sorry, but we're the only ones in the house, and this isn't.
We can finally scream.
Yeah. So are we fucking doing this again? Oh, I'm fucking sad. Say his name. I can't.
Wow, I really love this scene. What are you talking about?
What do you love about it? That we've seen it before? That
Yes, we've seen it before.
I have a confession to make. Back in the day, I got a Roku stick because I needed to see Daredevil. Like, I heard all these things about it.
Oh, no. I don't know if I like where this is going.
I've never really thought it was all that great.
Whoa! Now it comes out. Because I love that fucking show. I still love it.
Listen. Charlie Cox is Daredevil. D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk Kingpin. A fucking plus. Chef's fucking kiss. Okay? But you gotta admit, by season 3, it was like, what are we fucking doing? And now we're basically rehashing that entire run for the MCU so that we can say things like, was it a Skrull? What? Is that the big fucking draw? Is that it's season 1, 2, and 3 all wrapped into one and we can talk about MCU shit? Is that what the fucking draw is for this? Because I gotta be honest, so far, that's all I've fucking seen. Is that this is the fucking first fucking run, the Netflix run, squished into something else, and now we can talk about Skrulls and shit and other MCU things. And you got a little ways to go, MCU, before you fucking impress me with this Daredevil shit. Because honestly, so far...
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm fucking done. I'm sorry.
I'm glad you got that out because you're fucking wrong.
You fucking poser.
I don't care what your opinions are.
I never stated on the show that I was just like, oh my God, about Daredevil. I never did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was always the fanboy about it. For sure.
Fair. And it's not that I don't like it. I do. But there is a realistic part of me that's like, you want to go for realism. Stop fucking having him get his fucking head bashed in 17 times in a fight because he's dead from concussion syndromes. Or, concussion.
CTE.
He's dead. He's dead. He's been punched in the head 7. You can't fucking do that and expect me to continue to care about this fucking show. Or he's a fucking superhuman or something.
I thought you were finished.
Look, the draw of Daredevil and Spider-Man in the comics is that they don't get hit a lot because they're so fucking agile that they don't. I know they're trying to show like he's human. He gets hit. Okay, then stop hitting him in the head, please. I know that his stunt coordination is way above my head. I know that. But sorry, man. Sorry.
Yeah, let's just move on because I guess that my opinion is invalidated. No, I'm just kidding. How dare you have a differing idea than I do? No, I enjoy this a lot. So I'm on the different side of this.
Listen, when you get back into fighting... Yeah, you're right.
Let me get my fucking point across.
I'm sorry.
So here's why look, I'm not invalidating what you say. I think everything you say is true. I think everything that you say is kind of what I was feeling. But the changing point for me was the scene with Punisher, because what follows that is him going back to the suits.
Clearly.
So I think the writers understand at this point we got to get him. We can't do the whole season. We got to get him back in the suit. And I think I understand what your frustrations are because it's the same thing I had with fucking Brave New World. And believe me, there are problems that I've had throughout these first 4 episodes of we have to, 1, bring back everybody from the Netflix show, and 2, kind of recap and roll those themes over into this whole new show that is still a continuation of that, but set so you can kind of get a new
make
audience,
it accessible to the MCU,
to a new audience.
Yeah.
So I totally get it because there are parts where I'm like, and I felt it through this episode, and I would have liked him actually fighting as Daredevil, and I felt, believe me, I definitely felt it this episode. I'm like, okay, this is kind of the first time where I'm really starting to feel the runtime on these episodes. Because I'm like, okay. Right. And it's that thing of like, and it even happened with the Netflix show where there were times I'm like, okay, let's kind of fucking move this along.
To be fair, A lot of that was because of the Hulu that we were watching it on with the ad.
We'll get to
and
that.
we'll get to that. But in a 54-minute episode, we had, I think, 7 ad breaks. That's fucking.
there were at least 5.
Fuck you, Hulu.
At least 5.
And fuck you, Disney. I don't need to see the same. We'll get to that. Holy fuck.
So
I thought I was pissed about Daredevil.
So, yeah, it was because they were terribly timed. They were after like really important.
They're always
scenes.
terribly timed. If you don't have a commercial break built into a show, don't give me commercials. Give me a 5-minute block at the beginning and a 5.
Time out. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yep.
So for
We got
me,
some shit to say about it.
so for me, and I was in the same as much as I liked the counseling scene, there was a part of me of like, we've got to move this a little bit farther,
Right?
Because we got what 9 episodes, so we got to push it a little bit more. And I truly think these next 5 episodes are going to be a lot more action heavy.
Yes.
I think those first 4 episodes were walking you into this and getting you back into this, and what I loved about this scene with Barenthal and Cox is, Castle and Murdoch, is it is a rehash of that second season, but it's even more because there's context of these two guys where this argument is different because they know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I legitimately was like, I wasn't like crying, but I was legitimately like, okay, Barenthal's fucking he's a great actor. He's bringing it. And when he talks about Foggy,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just, what I love about it is Frank, it's almost like a friendship. Where while Matt doesn't agree with his methods
That's
and
kind
still
of the way
thinks
it is
he's
in the
wrong,
comics, really.
yeah, and that we saw it in that Jason Aaron run where Daredevil is chummy with him, like, I don't want to fucking fight you, Frank, but I will.
I'll beat your ass.
I'll beat your ass if I have to. And we have that conversation again, but a different context. And I see where you're coming from, where it's like we've had this for 3 fucking seasons.
Well,
But the context of this being, okay, we're going to redo this scene with different context where Matt isn't chained up. He comes to him.
Well, no,
he's going to Frank. He is seeking
I
him
don't have a
out.
problem with that. My problem with it is that what are we doing with the Punisher now? Are we going to overtly fucking call out cops that have used the Punisher logo as intimidation to fucking regular tax-paying citizens, which should fucking be illegal as fuck? No cop should be allowed to intimidate regular citizens.
No.
That's fucking fascism. Fuck that shit.
No.
Is that what we're doing here? Because otherwise, we had a character get killed for the story device of a bullet with a Punisher logo so that we could reintroduce Punisher. And if that's the only time we see Punisher, and I'm afraid that
No.
I'm afraid that's the only time we're gonna fucking see him. I really am.
It might be.
And if that is, man, fuck you for killing a character just.
No.
And what are we doing?
No.
And what are we doing?
They're not. I think they were going to kill White Tiger. I think they were going to introduce and kill
Fair.
White Tiger anyway.
Okay.
Let me get to my point. Because with that scene with his niece, they're setting up White Tiger
Yes.
to be a part of the new Avengers or
Fair.
some shit.
The point is,
So it wasn't just Frank.
the
but
point.
probably.
What is this bullet
Yeah.
thing with
I
like
see
the
what you mean.
Punisher logo on it?
Right.
And it's clearly, according to Daredevil, it's a cop. I don't know. I just know, like, what are we doing? Are we gonna do a real criticism of cops like 5 years after 2020? Because I can tell you right now, nothing has changed. Nothing changed. No, nothing has changed.
I disagree. I like that the show is actually tackling something in the real world. With
I'm
that
saying in the
logo.
real world, nothing has changed. I would love it if they tackled this right now. But I just think, wow. I mean, that's a heavy
I could see it.
stone to push up the hill there, Disney.
I could see it as being sequel bait for season 2. Like, this scene was only sequel bait to be like, we'll deal with all this Punisher stuff in season 2. But I don't think that. Here's why I don't think that. Because the scene before, he runs into the dirty cop again, and which, by the way, I love this scene, where he goes, he knows it was him, and he just goes, then you're going to need to send more guys next time. Pretty much being like, fucking try me. Because you know what else? It's the same thing Matt uses every
No,
time.
but Matt
It's the
is
same-
honorable.
It's the same thing Matt says every time. No one's going to believe that a blind man whipped your ass. Like, you know what I mean?
Matt is he's always the better guy, and here's why. he hears him when he's like, I didn't kill White Tiger, and he knows that the cop is not lying. So he's like, okay, I'm backing off. Most normal people would have been like, I'm going to kick your ass anyway, motherfucker, because you're a fucking dirty cop, and that's bullshit.
Yeah.
But Matt has a code of honor. Let's talk about this fucking bullshit Muse character.
Well,
and why the fuck should I give a fuck?
I didn't even get to finish my whole thing with Punisher and Matt.
I thought we were...
I didn't, because you keep fucking derailing me.
What are you talking about?
You have been dominating. I haven't got to say anything.
You had your whole thing, and then I jumped
Yeah, because you
in.
went on a fucking tirade about this show.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm trying to balance out your negativity.
Go ahead. I apologize.
No, man. No. Let's talk about Muse.
What else did you want to talk about?
I was just fucking with you.
See? Fuck you.
I'm
So
sure
why should I give a fuck about this fucking character? Why should I give a fuck
Can I
about a
just say-
serial killer character? That's fair. You know what? You know what superheroes don't have enough of? Serial killer supervillains. That's what we need. He doesn't have any powers. He's just willing to kill anybody.
He's making art.
That's way we
He's
can.
making
that-
art.
Yeah, and that's fucking compelling. Brr.
Sorry, I'm fixing my mic.
No,
Dan.
I'm not. I'm saying I don't give.
Why don't you? Then don't watch the show. If you're gonna hate on it, don't
I'm
watch
not
it.
hating on it. It's just like, what are you fucking doing? You told me what that he first appeared in 2016. Why the fuck is he even in live action? You have typhoid.
don't
you
start.
have typhoid
Don't
Mary.
start.
You have typhoid fucking Mary, who could have been easily set up by the fucking therapist that he's dating. Fucking easily, very.
Maybe
set
they
up.
are. You don't know.
We'll see, man. But Muse, and it's not even a good name for a character.
But it's because he's an art-based villain. Because he's the Muse. Get it? Do you get it? Their blood is the Muse.
I'm sure there are people in this world.
Damn, I thought
And
you.
judging by
I,
ticket sales, there's a lot more people in this world than I would like to believe who love that shit. Gore, man. It's fucking, you know what really scares me is fucking shit on the screen that is fucking just overtly fucking gory for no fucking reason. That's what gets me off. Like,
you need what? Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? What is wrong with you today? Jesus.
look,
So
I just,
fucking
I've
cranky.
never been. No, I just.
Well, I'm
Give
trying
me
to talk
Give
about.
me better entertainment.
God forbid I try and talk about things I liked about the show. It's like, we're gonna be negative. We're gonna fucking hate it.
You know what? It's all of my sauce over the commercials. That's
It
boiling
probably
over
is.
into.
Well, and look, I don't want to be. I think you should question things, and I do think that
no, I
I
haven't.
think your criticisms come from a place of enjoying the show, and
Yeah.
you want it to be better.
Yeah, but you're right. I have been a negative
little
Nelly,
crappy.
a little baby,
No,
baby.
and if
no,
Time out.
let me apologize. I do
Fine.
not. I understand that there's a place for fucking movies like Terrifier and what the fuck ever. Like, hey, you know what? I get it. Okay, I guess. But I really don't think so. But here's the thing. As an artist, I can't really even come close to anything like, that shouldn't be seen. Like, that's censorship, and I'm not down with that shit. But I can.
You prefer your gore with like some flair to it, some comedy.
Flair.
No, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like a little wink, or like it's not like gruesome. You know?
I've seen my fair share of John Wicks and been like, yeah, I'm not.
blow
I'm,
their brains
I'm
out.
not like, by any means. But, just look.
You're not a prude when it comes to violence.
Yeah. It just to me is not how I want to,
I
spend
think
my time. But I know people who are huge fans of it. And there's stuff that I'm huge fans of that people would be like, that's fucking weird.
I wanna
like, I'm a big fan of comic
I want
books,
to be,
for instance.
and I also want to be clear too. I think I don't want to be like for me. I'm just trying to sit down, shut up, and enjoy the ride, and just see what they're trying to do.
Yeah, and I'm
But
gonna
I don't
keep
think
watching
you're,
it.
but I
'cause-
don't think you're wrong to question it and have these feelings, because I too have thought like I've had some thoughts of like, okay, because I thought this episode that we're like, okay, we feel like we're just running the same shit. Like, we're kind of spinning our wheels a little bit.
A little bit.
But I truly think these next, episode 5 to 9 is going to be crazy.
And I don't want to be like, oh, there wasn't enough action, because that's the problem with a lot of Marvel projects is
Right.
you end it
Which is weird.
with a fucking big action set piece, whether it's a show or a movie.
Because usually, what's weird is you and I have different tastes. So usually I'm the one who's like, I want more action. I like the action. And you're the one that's like, but I like it when there's actors and monologues.
Yeah, but not this, because we've been there.
Yeah.
I guess you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again, because
This has to lead to something
At
big.
some point, I'm gonna fucking stop caring
Yes.
about the characters because
Yeah.
they're stupid.
Because
they're dumb
we're
characters.
But
Yeah.
yeah, then we're doing what we do in comics, and that's the beauty
I-
of TV is you don't
I
have
need
to be
to
like
look
that.
at. I think I need to look at the first 4 episodes as, hey, did you like the Netflix show? Do you like the current MCU? Or are you completely unaware of all this shit? Well, these first 4 episodes are for you in that third part. The first 2 parts, you're going to hate it, okay? But after that, everybody's going to love it, okay? But we got to get these people in the door, okay? And that's fine. I can accept that. Hey, these first 4 episodes are to integrate the 2 audiences so that everybody can enjoy what we're about to do. Cool. I'm there.
But at the same time, just like I say with a video game, when people are like, yeah, but you don't understand. After the game really doesn't pick up until after the first 15 hours.
Sure.
I'm like, you think I have the first 15 hours to play that? And then you're telling me after that it gets good? It should be good from Jump Street, brother. Like, we got
I'm not saying that the first 4 episodes have not been good,
Right.
but for my taste, fucking move it along.
I agree.
The fuck are we doing?
I hope these next.
God, I did.
I hope the second half.
You
of
see why I need therapy later?
I hope to see that the next half of this season picks up, and I think it will. I hope it will.
What's coming up? There's something else coming out. A TV show coming out.
Andor's coming out April 22nd.
Okay, so we got about a month.
I need to rewatch that.
Did I tell you what I'm doing? In April.
podcast.
In April, on April 12th, in the Hickory.
Whoa, we got a plug.
On April 12th, in Indiana, Knightstown, Indiana,
Oh God.
is a special showing in the Hickory High School gym of Hoosiers in honor of Gene Hackman
That story's wild.
at 6:30 p.m. And I'm going to be there.
You're going all the way to India.
It's a 7.5-hour drive. I'm going to leave Friday and get a hotel, and then I'm going to hang out Saturday night and drive back Sunday. And I'm
Should
really
document
excited.
it.
Here's why I'm really super
Off-panel,
excited.
off-road.
I will. But here's why I'm really excited, because, A, Gene Hackman is one of my favorite actors of all time. Royal Tenenbaums, favorite movie. I can watch that movie anytime. Anytime. And he's so good in it. He's so good. It's his best character to me. But there's T-shirts. Special commemorative Gene Hackman T-shirts. There's no, you can't, get tickets.
It's it.
But you are encouraged to bring canned foods for the local food pantry as
And
admission.
then you get a shirt.
Well, you can buy the shirt. But it said
Oh.
limited. So I'm like, I'm going to get there at fucking 2 p.m. and be like, I want a T-shirt.
I came here for 2 things: Hoosiers and a T-shirt.
But no, there's going to be people from the movie. Are you excited for me?
No, that's pretty cool. That's you got to definitely.
I just decided yesterday.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Must be nice. Start crying. I
The
can't.
funny thing is I would love to have a family.
No, I'm.
but-
That's.
No, it's greener.
I'm happy. I'm.
No,
fucking
you're
with you.
no. You have every
No,
right.
that's cool, dude. I'm
saying
I love it when they do.
It's
like,
always greener.
Yeah, well, I think it's cool that they do, especially with him passing, and
No.
I always love it when they do when locally when Flix does those cool special screenings.
I
and
mean,
shit.
you being like, yeah, that'd be nice to just pick up and leave whenever the fuck I want. Sounds good. But and then having a family and a house and responsibilities sounds good to me. Truly,
I'm not gonna trade my life.
if we both you know what I mean, it would be like, oh, this is not nearly as fucking cool as I thought.
Segway, did you
This
know?
sucks.
Segway, did you know they're making a sequel to Freaky Friday called Freaky?
I don't want to hear anymore. I don't want to
They
hear
f-
anymore. I don't
But
care.
Tyler, listen to this wackiness. It's a body transformation. No, not a triangle. a square because there's two characters that swap with
Two other characters?
So Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis come back, right? But here's the kicker, brother. Lindsay Lohan has a daughter, right? And her friend is there too. And then the whole thing happens where they have like, oh, I wish you could see life through my eyes. And in my shoes. And Randy Newman. Wish you could live life through my shoes.
Short people.
And then they all have a body swap-tacular where the daughter's friend is body swapped with Jamie Lee Curtis, and then Lindsay Lohan is swapped with her daughter. So we keep the same fucking storyline from the first movie, but then we add on the other person.
Double the trouble. Can you see the ads right now? First time we burger-digger-do. This time double the trouble.
I will forever think of movie trailers like that South Park skit because of that shit. They really opened my eyes to how fucking dumb some of it. We got 4 fucking people to swap bodies. Can you believe it?
Speaking of dumb fucking promotional shit and dumb fucking ideas by dumb fucking
Can I
companies.
just say,
Yeah.
look,
Yeah.
I would never, ever.
Touch a burning dog.
I don't promote violence.
Okay.
But when you watch shit like this Batman State Farm thing,
Oh boy.
I'm like, I understand why people are starting to murder CEOs. Because
Yeah, dude, your
this is
fucking
where our money is going.
Your company has so much fucking you have so much fucking money that you can afford to team with a bankrupt fucking movie studio, by the way, who just got rid of fucking all the old Looney Tunes, you fucking fucksticks.
Every day I pray for Warner Brothers collapse.
Go get
Every
physical media, by the way. But and Jason Bateman gets roped into it, and they get to mention his really fucking famous podcast with that dude from
Will Arnett.
Will and Grace and fucking Will and
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I want to be clear. I've always loved Jason Bateman as an actor. He was for the longest time my favorite actor. He's like in my short list of like, if he's in it, I want to watch it. Even I am like, I can't handle this shit.
Let me just say one thing very clearly. I know that very successful people get there by working hard, and that when they get to the top or when they get to a level where they don't have to work as hard, it's hard to stop. The Rock is a great example.
Yeah.
The Rock needs to take a fucking vacay.
Hey, you've made enough money.
And to be really honest,
Dwayne.
I'd be okay with Bateman taking a vacation. You know what I mean? He's done a lot of great fucking projects, and I love seeing him since he's a little kid.
No, and I love that he's also, but this part of his career.
But even this is like, you got to be shitting me, dude.
Well, it's funny he's going back to this because I'm not dissecting a fucking ad.
No.
But it is weird.
But there was a lot of fucking money spent on it.
Well, I'm just saying that Bateman is starting to get a renaissance in his career because he's starting to do more dramatic roles. Because he started out doing Little House on the Prairie with his sister and stuff, and like then he got, because he is a very funny guy and very dry.
Yeah.
He got a reputation being in comedies, and so now he's like turning it around in his career and doing a little bit more dramatic roles.
Yeah.
So, like, that's what I mean. Like, I mean, like, I'm more interested in him doing that, and then to see like him get to this level of like doing a fucking insurance commercial. And look, I'm not here to dog on actors for taking commercials, making money.
I get it.
He probably had to pay for a fucking bathroom or something. Yeah, make your money. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm more upset that a bullshit industry like insurance.
Yes.
Has someone like State Farm teaming up with an artistic endeavor. Good God.
Endeavor.
Words, Jake. But my point is this. Batman shouldn't be anywhere near fucking State Farm.
No.
DC should not be anywhere near that. And I know they won't because they're owned by Warner Brothers and they're just like every other fucking shithouse corporation.
Well, it's
corporation.
Synergy is how they got around
the Target commercial.
There used to be a lawsuit against. There used to be a law against that. I can't remember what it was called, but companies started using the buzzword synergy to describe these types of ad campaigns, which should be illegal. But yeah, whatever.
And like, yeah, when you're watching something like, look, I was mooching off of my in-laws to watch Disney Plus, and because God forbid Disney Plus needs more money, and I
Yeah.
want to talk about this show,
fucking thief.
and I want to watch this show. So
You're
I'm
a
like,
fucking thief,
all right,
man.
fine, I'll do the fucking 4 months for $2.99. And I just figured that if it was $2.99 and they're gonna up the price to $10.99, I'm like, oh, it's probably the ad tier. I'll deal with it. It's 4 months. I'll just
fucking deal with it.
I'll just cancel it after 4 months, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I might, Andor should be over by the time it runs out, I think. But anyway, so I might have to keep it for Andor. Fuck. I'll bump it up to the ad free. I'm sick of this shit.
I'll fucking do it.
So point is, like these shows are not designed for ad breaks like they used to
No.
be for traditional broadcast and cable. So they're like the moment where Punisher and Daredevil have their big confrontation,
Commercial
the
break.
air gets sucked out of that room when you're watching it because it cuts to the Batman Bateman shit from State Farm, and we saw it like 3 or 4 times.
Here's my issue. Okay, now you've got to give me if you're gonna fucking give me an ad tier, you got to give me fair ad stuff. Now they fucking know damn well that episode 4 of Daredevil is gonna be watched by a ton of people, so they're gonna load it up with 7 fucking hour or minute, almost 2-minute ad
Every
breaks.
ad was at least 90 seconds.
Like at least, right? They're gonna load it up, right?
Mhm.
Okay, fair. I guess.
Whatever. I'll just fucking go take a shit or piss or whatever.
I can go onto Roku, which is the
some snacks.
free channel,
Yeah.
and watch, say, news radio, right? And maybe every couple episodes I get an ad break, and it's like a 2-minute ad break,
Tubi's not terrible with their ads.
right? Because they know that it's based on who's watching and how many eyes you have on it, and that's why our society is going to collapse. Is because we're not making anything anymore. We're just fucking making stuff to get people's eyes on stuff.
Well,
And that's what's generating
So,
money.
you know
and
what,
jobs.
Tyler,
We're fucked.
Tyler, if I'm paying for an ad,
side of the bed.
if I'm paying for an ad free or an ad tier, fine.
Sure,
And like you're saying with like the ads, like
but make it appropriate.
like I didn't finish it because it was late at night. And I need to rewatch it because I really do want to finish it. I started watching Nosferatu on Peacock.
Yeah.
And when you watch a movie on Peacock,
Yeah.
it's like 1:60 of seconds of ads. And then that's it, and then you watch the movie. I would much rather them front load with like 4 minutes of ads,
Fuck yeah.
and then I can just watch the rest of my
Yes.
show.
And here's
Because in
the other
that 4 minutes, I could cook something, I could take a piss, I could brush my teeth, I
Here's
could do so many
Here's
things.
the other thing too, is you're talking about appropriate ad breaks.
Yeah.
In these sitcom shows, yes, they were aired on network TV. They all have scheduled ad breaks. It's
Yeah.
very clear when they
Spot
go to a
blocks.
break, right? They fade to black, then they fade
It's
back
every
up,
15
right?
minutes.
Or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
shouldn't
yeah,
be,
you could time it out.
Shouldn't be that hard for an AI fucking system to, you know what I mean? They will give you an ad break in the middle of a fucking joke. And you're like, why? Like, now I've seen these shows a billion times, so I know what the joke is. I could tell it to you.
Oh,
I-
damn! I didn't know I
ju-
was someone so fucking cool.
But I could write it down right now and you would laugh.
You would know.
You would
You would be like,
laugh.
that's fucking
But
funny.
that's fucking great. But no, but you know what I mean?
I'm fucking cool.
I watch a lot of TV. But you know what I mean? Like,
I watch a lot of TV. I have a lot of free time.
I'm saying, like, you could make ad appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but so fuck you, State Farm, and fuck you,
Well, and it's like
WB, and
it's
gee,
just-
just put it back up. Why are you
I was
putting it
trying
over
to-
there?
I don't know.
We're gonna talk
I wasn't
about
saying
it
I
in
want
a
to talk about it
second.
right now because you
Oh.
made it. It's I made a joke about it with you. I was like, honestly, I'll sit back to watching Marina. I was being like, you know what, Maria Menounos
Marina
isn't that bad.
Menounos, man. Fucking shit. I thought she was gonna pop up in the Bateman commercial at the end of it. You know.
But I'm pretty sure there's at least 5 ads.
Oh, and the guy who was in all the State Farm ads, and that great story how right before he got that job, he was living in his car on the street. Okay, so he was just an actor, right? And he wanted to be an actor. That's great. And don't get me wrong, you get this fucking amazing opportunity, and wow, holy shit, you kind of made it, right? Okay, that's a great story. But the system that caused you to have to live in your car is exactly what's paying you now. And I know damn well that the idea of biting the hand is so fucking unfathomable, and it would be to me too. I gotta be honest, man. You could do a lot in your role as the State Farm spokesman. Maybe not. Maybe they have you. I mean, maybe they're just like, well, if you.
But
want
what
this
about the
fucking money-
Bundlerooski? All right, let's go from Batman to Batman.
Batman.
Thanks, State Farm.
Yeah, you fox.
Anyway, let's talk about.
So
Let's get to a comic book.
the great thing about the only good thing I would say about Daredevil coming out on Tuesday is that we have to
At least record on a Wednesday.
Record on a Wednesday at least, right? We can't really do it on a Tuesday. We could, but I mean,
You mean this is hot off the presses?
I got there right when they opened at 10 a.m.
And you got yourself a fresh, hot copy.
Well, it was probably in there from last night because like I have a pull list, so it wasn't fresh hot. It was brand new today, but
Well, there's no fire to this now. There's
I
piss.
don't
You
wanna
just
fucking-
pissed on the
I
fire.
don't want to fucking read it now.
Absolute Batman number 6. Written by Scott Snyder, drawn
By
artist, art-
Nick Dragotta.
Dra-
Now let's before we get into
the
this,
color on this.
before we get into the issue,
Why did both Batman and Superman put their title cards at the back and Wonder Woman at the front?
yeah, what's your
Drives me
fucking problem?
Make up your mind.
Fuck you guys. No.
Oh yeah, Absolute Manhunter,
That looks cool.
Martian Manhunter.
That looks cool. Although it looks like the same shit from Martian Manhunter's original. I mean, okay. No, I mean, what is it that he's John
colors
Jones?
was Frank Martin. That's who I was looking
That he's John Jones and he doesn't know how he came to Earth.
So,
from
Tyler-
Mars, whatever. Anyway,
for. Before we get into the book,
before we get into the book,
go on your victory lap.
let's.
Take your victory lap.
Well, as we stated, because there was a filler issue, this was the issue that wrapped up the arc
Of the zoo.
of the zoo.
And this will be the end. This is the end. This is us wrapping up our absolute Trinity.
For now, but yeah.
Yeah, we agreed that we were going to at least cover the first arc of these
Yes,
3 books.
yes.
This
And
is
we
the
did
last
it.
of that
We
arc.
fucking
We
did
did
it.
it, everybody.
We did it.
We gave DC
Can you believe
money.
we ever would make it here?
Who would have thought that we bought a product?
I never would have thought when we started this journey that we would make it here 5 months later.
And I will say very soon, because now it's all done, I am working to get all clipping out each review, so it'll all be up on our YouTube, Off Panel Off Topic.
Mhm.
So anyway, you went into the store. You
So
bought
I
the,
got it.
This is it. This is the end of the Absolute Trinity coverage for now.
And I was talking to the guys at the store, and I was talking to them about the big 3 and how we've done the big 3, and this is presumably going to wrap it up. This is before I read it.
Yeah.
This is presumably going to wrap up the arc. And how before this, my ranking of the 3 is got to be Wonder Woman, Superman, and then Batman. And here's why. I can really not forgive the filler issue. I'm sorry. I am sorry. But you had a fucking year and a half of promoting this, and you knew. It's just, to me, it's God bless the artist that got to work on that issue, because that might have been like his big break.
Yeah.
Okay? So God bless that kid. And whatever. Decisions were made way above our heads, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I will say that after reading this issue,
It's still the same.
no, I think Batman has edged itself above Superman.
Okay.
Superman is still really good.
Yeah. Superman won me over. I wasn't
Won me over.
I wasn't really vibing with it the
The
first
only
issue,
one of the
but-
3 that I would probably like to continue, I'd like to find out what's going on with Smallville and the Superman, but honestly, the only one that I would continue because I like it enough is the Wonder Woman. Batman's cool, but now that the arc's over, it's like, I don't
know. That's a good point. I really don't know.
So does
of the
everything
3.
regress to the mean, and we'll get to the end? Does everything regress to what it was before? Right?
Yeah.
You know the end. You know what I'm talking about, right?
So,
Okay.
anyway, that doesn't take away from the fact
No, it's great.
that I want to, and you and I have been pretty much in agreement with this.
We are
I think
pretty.
You just
We are fucking
we've enjoyed
pretty
all
as
3
fuck.
books. I don't know if I were to rate them. I would probably be the same. And I think I would say I'm 100% in agreement with you of I think that's the thing that holds the book back to me is issue number 4. I think if you take that out and you keep that momentum that after that huge moment of from 3
Mhm.
of him talking about taking the money and like, okay, now we're going to be like traditional Batman and then doing everything there. It just and even with this issue, they kind of go back into his backstory a little bit more of talking about how his rogues gallery.
But they
are
did
there
it
friends in this?
the way they were doing it in the first 3 issues, which was good.
Yeah, like narratively,
Issue 4 was all
it's fine.
flashback.
Narratively is fine, but me personally, as a Batman fan, I don't like it.
I don't either because we'll get to
Because it's
his
just setting.
rogues.
It's the most obvious pro wrestling heel turn shit. All of his, maybe not, but I'm just thinking down the road because I don't know how long Snyder's going to do it. I don't know how long the title's going to exist.
Or yeah, exactly.
But I'm just imagining that they're going to all fucking turn heel on him.
yeah,
They're all going to turn evil on him.
duh.
It's setting that, and it's like, then just make him villain. Like, I understand
Yeah.
that Scott wants to do something different because it's absolute Batman.
I grew up with all
And
of them.
by the way, majority of the changes that Scott has made in this book, I have liked. I think it's cool that Alfred is this weird operative and is not his butler. I love that this Batman lives in the guts of the city and doesn't
I
have
love
money
that.
and has done everything.
But I am actually really tired of the whole Alfred Pennyworth as this
being a badass,
secret badass.
Yeah,
I think it would have been cooler if he was just a homeless dude.
yeah.
Honestly.
Mm.
Yeah. What's that? You want me to have your job, Scott? No problem.
And then, like, but that be all of that, like, that's the one thing I don't really care for. I think it's done but I want to say that the stuff with his mom, and that all I think was
Great stuff.
I think that was done really well. So
And she's a bad fucker, man. She's a badass.
just yeah. So we find out in this issue that the masks that were dropped in the last issue to pretty much be like martial law, fucking here's my offer.
It jumps around in the issue, yeah.
And it's like, okay, so they find out when they put on the masks, the party animal mask, you see like people, it like scans people's faces.
It's like a Terminator scan, you know, like
and it identifies people, and
how
then
much
it
they're
shows
worth
how much they're worth if
to
you kill them.
kill them.
But then if you just kill regular citizen, there's a little. It's like a video game. There's like a little multiplier on the left
Yeah.
of the screen.
Tells you how much it is.
Which is kind of fun, but
Yeah.
demented.
Yeah,
Um,
right? I mean, it's not fun because it's murdering
In the
people.
context, it's fucked, but it's kind of a fun, like, in the book, it looks neat in the book. The art looks good. I gotta say, I have always liked his art, by the way.
I can tell you right now that if the people in charge came out and said every person you kill is worth $500 and everything, there would be a lot of massacres in this world. $10,000? Fuck, $100. No
so,
shit.
by the way, I wanted to show you the overlay. It says ID and potential targets loading. Da, da, da. So it says start earning, and it has robbery 50K, arson 100K, assault 150K, murder 250K. Total crimes committed $0. So like it has your total.
It's like a video
it's
game, but
because
in
if you-
real life.
Did you? Well, I Black Mask is like this techno fascist dude in this.
It's like
So
an alien. or
well, isn't
something,
it
I
like
don't know.
then I can't remember. Didn't he have like some sort of crypto or some shit?
Yeah, who knows?
Anyway, which got good idea, Scott. If you want me to hate a character, make him be into crypto. I will
Crypto
instantly
bra.
hate
A
them.
crypto bra.
I gotta talk about the sequence. So Batman comes back. He goes to the gym and tells Croc about like I'm Batman and I need your help.
Mm.
So then now Oswald knows he's Batman because he's a pilot and he lets him drop in on the party animals little yacht thing.
Which is really cool, by the way.
That sequence was awesome. Like again,
I like
all
how
of our
he punts the fucking little kid.
I want to get to that. So all of our criticisms aside, like we've said in every single issue, I will never say that Scott Snyder doesn't know how to make a fucking badass Batman book. Because this issue, we read it together, but not together. Like, oh, I'll read this page.
Oh, are you ready to turn the page
I
now?
sat there and Tyler read it to me.
Yeah.
So I
bed.
was getting to a critical part in Baldur's Gate when he interrupted my playthrough when I was having a good. No, I'm kidding. So he's like, "Well, I just picked this up. I'm gonna read this. Finish your game or whatever. I'll read this." And then
That's not exactly what happened, but that's good enough.
he bitched the whole time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he lands in
What did
there.
I sound like?
He finds his DJ and he goes dropping the beat like, huh? And then boom, he just crashes on him, grabs. And the best thing about this is That should have. Talk about suspension of disbelief. That guy's dead. That guy's dead.
Well, I think they're like aliens or something.
I don't know, but I'm sorry, Bruce. That's a lifeless body.
Sure.
Because let's be real. And Bruce is pushing 250, 300 pounds of muscle, and he's going to drop on him, dude. He's
Yeah,
dead.
but what he does afterward is worth it.
Even more badass because he finds the life jackets, like grabs it like around the guy's neck, pulls it, and kicks him into the water. Yeah, and then this kid tries to stab him. He's like, "You can't help me, I'm a kid." He puts the life jacket on him and fucking punts him. And
then
look
the
how
chick
far he
just-
flies,
Yeah,
though.
and the chick just dives off. She's like, I ain't fucking with that shit.
Dragata didn't need to add an extra panel to show you how high that kid went, but he did, and I love him for it because it's fucking awesome. So then the woman just says, "Fuck this," and leaves, and he throws her a life jacket. We cut back to Martha Wayne second up and being like, "No, if you're gonna shoot someone, shoot me then," because she's also got $1 million bounty on her, like Gordon does. This is my favorite part of the book because this is the most badass part of the book. So Batman shows up on the boat, finds Roman.
He just starts Roman
beating the fuck out of
wants
him.
to try talking him down, and he's like, nope, and he just starts
Yeah, here's
fucking
the best part.
plowing
He
him
goes-
through the fucking ship, dude.
His mom. Also, there's cutting back and forth between his conversation with mom. But yeah, he's literally being like, he jumps down, kicks him. He's like, "You still don't get it. You can stop. You think you can stop them. You think you can stop anything that's coming. Let me tell you a little." And then they split. They have one chunk of what would be a normal panel, and they split it in two and show him breaking through the wall, tackling.
Yeah, because he's like, I don't fucking care.
I'm done talking. I'm gonna
Yeah,
beat
I'm
the fuck
here to
out. I'm gonna
beat your
hammer you
ass.
into dust.
I'm gonna fucking beat your ass.
So yeah, he picks up a bowling ball and
Yeah,
fucking hits
starts
him in the
whapping him in the
like
fucking-
mask. He's like, "Keep talking, keep telling me how little I matter. It just makes I fucking love it." He literally says, "I fucking love it," because he's like, "I've been saying this about myself my whole fucking life. Nothing you can say, Roman, is gonna hurt me. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you." And the best part of the scene is Roman starts choking him out because he has a wire that he hid, and he's choking him out. He's like, "I loved hearing their screams, like killing the people that fought for their life. I loved hearing their sound." And he goes, "That shriek, best sound in the world." And as it's happening, it's his ear. The ear of the cow starts to make a noise. And in my head, I was like, I didn't even know why I thought this was happening. I thought it was choo-choo. I thought it was gonna make like like some sort of like gun or something. Like I thought he was gonna shoot him or something.
Yeah,
I don't know what was
I
happening.
didn't either.
And then I also thought, I was like, is it armor? What the hell is this? And while I'm reading it, I'm like, my head's going crazy because I'm reading it so fast because it's such a quick pace. And then it cuts back to his mom, and he's like, but he was always at his most hopeful when he was talking about you, and she was talking about his mom, Thomas Wayne. And then it goes, choom, and you see the ears turn. And as this happening, my eyes light up. I'm like, what the fuck? And he goes, did it sound like this? And it just goes, thunk, and he drops the ears into the mask of Roman, and he just screams out. When I read it, I looked at Tyler and I go, that is fucking awesome.
Well, I was reading it way before, and I couldn't like go like, oh, dude,
Couldn't
like
be like, yeah, because you didn't want to spoil it. But yeah, holy shit. And I took a picture of it. I'm like, because I was gonna post it, be like, this shit rules, man.
I mean, at that point, like, what you're doing is you're trying to get away from the thing around your neck.
Yeah,
So invariably, he's pulling on you.
yeah.
So if you
If I push him down, he won't pull the.
well, it's
yeah.
very easy judo. If somebody's pulling on you, and you're pulling away from them, but then you
Pull forward,
suddenly
yeah.
move the way they've been pulling, they don't figure it out, and you use their own force against them.
Yeah, the object in motion is going to come into the immovable object. But I mean, well,
So it's honestly the only way. He could have just headbutted him, but I don't know if that would have made
I just
him
keep looking at this
drop
because it's
it.
a full page splash, and
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it and like the little details of it, of the armor and the spikes coming out of it, and the spikes coming out of the back of his neck, and just again, I really love what Snyder's doing with this book. I really love how he's like really messing with the mythos.
Can we
of
talk
Batman.
about the whole, hey, I'm going to fucking blow something up while I'm on it again and somehow fucking survive again?
So yeah, he blows up the
While he's on it, he blows up the server.
the server
Yeah.
with Roman on it and blows it up while he's on it, so he's hurt. And Alfred.
That's what all those panels are, is he's flying through the air after
Yeah, he's falling into the. Yeah, he's flying through the air, and I think doesn't he fall into the water? Yeah, he falls
He's
into the
gonna
water.
fall for like a mile. You know what I mean? Like he's got to like. I'm saying, sure, suspend your disbelief. That's fine. But at the end of it, Alfred Pennyworth is, well, let's get you patched up, and it's just like, okay. So are we starting Batman at a different place to bring him back to where he is now, Scott? Because it's kind of what seems like happening right now. And I got to be honest.
Not into it. Well, here's the thing. So the book wraps up with an epilogue to set you up for what could. Now, here's the thing. Every time I say that, I think of Marvel Rivals because he's a new character. Anyway, I don't think this epilogue is setting up anything new, like anything happening soon.
Isn't it the Joker?
I don't know what the fuck it is. So
There's some sort of baby on his
it
shoulder
looks
or
like a
something.
big Joker that's
I
like
don't know.
bony and like weird looking.
Well, they already showed the guy who's supposed to be the Joker on that plane, so that's not
oh,
it.
I bet it's Bane. So
Well, no, he says, "Get me Bane." I don't know. Maybe Bane is
but
the.
when he says that, his hand goes from like decrepit, lifeless, like you can see his
Yeah,
veins to-
yeah.
So maybe Bane is the baby on him. That's like.
But the next
enjoying-
2-issue arc
Is
apparently
Mr.
is
Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
So this is setting up something later, but so yeah, Mr. Freeze is coming for 2 issues, and yeah, new artist Marcos Martin.
It's on my pull list, so I can always say
Well,
no. I don't want that.
I am a Mr. Freeze mark. I love Mr. Freeze a lot. So
Well, we might have to get those next 2 as well. I guess.
that's what I'm saying. I might keep reading it. I might not.
guess.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think I'm in the same spot you are. I think Wonder Woman, of the 3, Wonder Woman's the best. And I think if we had to put one at 3, it has to be Superman. But that's not saying it's not as good as the other 2. It's just we both kind of preferred Batman and Wonder Woman.
I don't think I would say about any of them they weren't good.
No, they were all very good.
They all
No, they're all good. Not
they
very
were,
good.
When we first heard about it and we were shitting all over them, that was
all right.
over the top. Because they
We need
weren't.
to have a discussion.
Okay.
All right. So now we are going to introduce our ratings. Tyler,
Sure.
give me a rating of Absolute Batman, the Zoo.
And what are the options? Oh, okay. You want me to just pick one?
Well,
Hang on. No. Oh, fuck you.
oh, well, you
No,
can
hang on.
explain it if you want.
It's fine. Okay.
We have a rating scale. It's
I will.
here's your rating of Absolute Batman or Absolute Batman, the Zoo, the first arc.
Nice.
Okay.
I can't forgive the fucking filler issue, man. Sorry.
If you took it out, it would be brilliant. But I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Nice.
It's not a
Fuck you.
by
No.
any means good
No.
book. It's a good book. It's a
No.
really good book. It
It's.
would have been a great book, but we had to have a filler.
Let
issue.
me just say that when we first saw that this was the Batman symbol, and we were like, "fucking eat shit."
always say it.
DC.
$1 million.
No, damn it.
Fucking Christ. No, but we were like, "Go fuck." Pretty
Me,
much.
to me, I fuck.
That's pretty much because it was stupid. And then we fucking read the first issue, and it's an axe, and we're like, "Oh, fucking."
This gets me hard.
Oh, I'm fucking stiff as a board.
Half
like
a stack, brother.
Yep, like fucking half a stack, a roll of quarters.
Yeah. Well,
Why are we continuing after the roll of quarters bet?
yeah.
I gotta be honest. I mean, if that isn't a great place to wrap up the show, I don't know where is. Roll of quarters in my pants. You
Well,
know?
it's something I wanted to talk about with you.
Oh.
And you kept talking about the roll of quarters.
Kip.
It's laundry day.
It's a Van Halen. Ain't talking about quarters. Sorry.
They play the games in halves. He's talking about March Madness. Topical.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.